In this video, I'm going to show you what I did to transform an office from looking like this to this. Okay, so here we are in the office, and just look at this wall. It looks incredible. And it wasn't even that hard to do. Anybody can do it. That being said, it has been a year since I've made this. There are a couple areas where like some of the snow is like faded and wore off. It could use a few touch-ups, and we're gonna go over that a little later in the video. So if you want to do this and follow along, I've listed tools and materials down in the description below. Oh, and before I forget, I want to show you this new thing that I just got and I just installed last week. I got it from Society 6 and it just adds so much. It is this wall mural. Look at this. We've got mountains, we've got snow, we've got R2-D2 out in the snow. What are you doing out there? You're gonna get so rusted. This wall mural is fantastic. It's called R2-D2 Hoth by Lyman Creative on Society 6. We totally lucked out with this. This is an amazing design. But guys, they have so many more. Look at this. We are on the website society6.com. I spent weeks trying to decide which design to get. In the end, I landed on that Hoth mural because it just fit perfectly with this room. But I also got a little something for myself in my studio. It's just a little accent strip of this psychedelic looking Darth Vader, and I love it. Another thing, these weren't that hard to install. I thought I was gonna have to spend all day installing this stuff, but this entire Hoth mural took half an hour. I was very pleasantly surprised by how little time it took and how easy it was. Anyways, we're gonna get back to this ice wall, but real quick, because I've just been obsessed with Society 6 lately, because they don't just make wall murals. They make so many things. In fact, I also got this wooden wall art from them, which we placed in our foresty Endor themed kitchen. Then they have all these other products for all the same designs. For example, if you like this cute picture of Grogu, but you don't need an entire wall mural for it, you can just get a frame like this, the child, for 12 bucks. I mean, that's literally cheaper than this poster from Walmart, except it's way classier to decorate your home with and just unique. Like, who has this? I feel like I have this amazing unique piece of art slash window into Endor in my kitchen. Yeah, I mean, if you like Star Wars and you're a fan of that artsy minimalist vibe, Society 6 is your new favorite. I said it. I did. I said that. So the reason I did this in the first place was to surprise my girlfriend Amanda for her birthday. Her first birthday since we've been together, in fact. So I wanted to give her an epic birthday present to show her how dope I could be at being a boyfriend. Every room in our house had some sort of Star Wars theme already, like our living room, which we turned into a dark side Sith room, and our kitchen, which we're modeling after the forest moon of Endor. Every room had a theme except for her office, so that needed to change. And since her office was always freezing, Hoth just made the most sense. There were just two problems. I've never done anything like this before, and there was only 1 week left to do it all. I'm not a set designer. I've had some experience with cosplay before, but this was like cosplaying a room. So I went online for some inspiration, and luckily I found this amazing article from this group called Faraway Creations. They basically built a Hoth Rebel base backdrop for a sci-fi convention in 2010. Even better, they provided lots of photos of different stages of the building process, which helped point me in the right direction. Now, I knew I wasn't gonna make an entire wall of ice like those guys did, so I got some pink insulation board from the Home Depot, cut it to size using a hot knife, then cut out some icy designs using a hot wire. This part took forever, but the results speak for themselves. I mean, this looks amazing. Then I spray painted it white. I also found this random pond tubing on Amazon, and I spray painted that white as well. Then I just brought everything here and got to work setting it all up at literally 4 in the morning while Amanda was sleeping so that she wouldn't find out I was doing this. So let's look at this wall in a little more detail, right? So I ended up screwing this ice wall to the ceiling. You can actually see the holes where the screws went in, like there, over there. Originally, I was just gonna glue it so that there didn't have to be screw holes in it, but the glue just wouldn't hold, unfortunately. This pond tubing I hung up however I could, which involved duct tape usually, like here, there, and then the ends of the tubing On one end, I just shoved up into the ceiling there, just completely out of the way because I ran out of ideas. And then I hung them up in the corners here using God knows what these are. I found them at the plumbing section in the Home Depot. They're like these loop things. Yeah, I don't know what those are. I'm pretty sure they hold stuff to other stuff related to plumbing. Those were like sort of Hail Mary ideas. I didn't know if that was gonna work or be useful at all. I bought them in the off chance that they would turn out to be a good idea, and they work, so whatever. One thing to keep in mind here, you guys, is when I was setting all this up, I didn't try to be neat by any means. I did it in a very rushed, haphazard way, mainly because I was in a rush to get this done, but also because that's how I imagine they actually did it at a real life rebel base, right? It doesn't have to look pretty. This isn't the Empire. It just has to work. Thankfully, I think that rushed sort of approach gives it that authentic Star Wars Hoth vibe. That being said, there is one aspect of all this that I wish I did a better job on, and that is the icicles. Let me show you what I mean here. Okay, so check out these icicles. Look at the tips. They look pretty good. Some of these look really realistic. Like, look at that guy. That's an icicle. Am I right? The problem is when you look up here, that no longer looks like ice, the tops of these icicles. That I don't even know what like, these are those sour gummy worms I used to eat a lot when I was a kid, right? I didn't know how to make this ice look good. What I did was basically take a clear bottle of glue and just squeeze it along the edge of this pipe here, trying to get that dangly effect, which I did, but I didn't know what to do up top. I still don't really know what I could have done to make it better. Maybe if I like shaved off the top somehow with like a heating element or a razor or something, just to like take these tops off and just to leave the edges down here. Maybe, I don't know if that's feasible. Yeah, like these are icicle worms. That's not ice. Like, what is that? So actually, if anyone has any advice on that, I would love to hear it. Okay, and last but not least, we have this guy. I have no idea what this is. I don't know what its purpose is supposed to be, but that's not the point. It just looks dope, and it adds. And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of footage of me making these apart from this. They're literally just two smart water bottles that I spray painted black and duct taped to a random PVC tube connector thing. And I shoved one end of that pond tubing into it as well. It just, I don't know, maybe it's nitrous or it's not nitrous. I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. Okay, and last but not least, we've got the lights. The lights add everything. And to prove it, I'm gonna show you what this wall looks like with the lights on and what it looks like with them off. Ooh, you see what I mean? This is, I'm just kidding. It still looks pretty dope, but the vibe is just completely different. If you have any colored blue lights, I highly recommend. Yeah, see, like that is just infinitely better. Okay, so as I promised at the start of this video, we are going to make some touch-ups and fix certain areas like this where the white has faded, and you're gonna see how easy it is to do that using like two very simple tools. It's spray snow. I didn't know that this was a thing, but it's hilarious. It's like Cheese Whiz, but for snow. Okay, so for this part at least, I will turn the lights on to white just because it's easier to see the difference that this spray snow actually makes. But first you gotta shake it a bunch. Okay, so the difference between this and just plain old white spray paint is the texture. Look at that. Like, that isn't paint, that's frickin' snow. So for the wall, I wanna make sure that I'm pointing down and I'm stepping back a little bit to give it like a wider spray and a downward spray. If you notice down here, I didn't paint the underneath of the pipe because snow falls on top of it, not underneath it, right? So this is like a realistic gradient of snowfall, in my opinion.